The date for Cardano's biggest upgrade yet has officially been announced. That's the Chang Hardfork, turning over full control of the development of the network into the community's hands. This also includes the control over the Cardano treasury, currently holding over 1.5 billion ADA, currently sitting or valued at over $600 million. As a part of today's video, I want to dive into all of the details and when we can expect the Chang Hardfork to hit the mainnet. What's up, ADA Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. I'm your host, Fareed. Today, we've got the official tentative dates for the release of the Chang Hardfork. Now, I've had some content already breaking down some of the roles and just how governance is going to play out here in the ecosystem following the official constitution being ratified in December in Argentina. So make sure to go ahead and check out those brief pieces there. But for today, I want to give you guys a brief recap of exactly what we can expect, because do keep in mind the Chang Hardfork will be done in two separate pieces. So the first deployment of the Chang upgrade will bring all of the functionality for DREPs and governance online. And then the actual second piece will be to implement it or to turn it all on, taking it out of the bootstrapping phase. So let's just go ahead and just jump right on in. We've got the governance roadmap, which I've covered in prior updates. Again, please make sure to check out that previous content. I'll get myself out of the way here very quickly, but we've got the draft constitution taking place in Q2. We've got the interim constitutional committee also being drafted in Q2, followed by the DREP Pioneer program. So right now, the team at IOG and the Cardano Foundation has selected, I believe it's 15 different workshops, which will be held all around the globe for anybody who's interested in becoming a DREP or a delegate representative. They'll basically be acting in the best interest of all the delegators that have delegated their ADA in terms of voting power directly to them. Now, we're also going to have the constitutional workshops taking place in Q2 and Q3. Applications are currently open until June 13th, I believe, followed by the first implementation of the Chang Hardfork in Q2/Q3. Now, I'll be diving into the specific dates here in just a moment, followed by the actual upgrade, which again will be taking everything out of the bootstrapping phase. So that's this portion here. Following that, we've got the annual meeting taking place in Japan, followed by the official constitutional convention in Argentina. Now, I just highlighted in my prior video the fact that we've just struck an official partnership with the province of Entre Rios when it comes to Cardano. And that's taking place in Argentina as well. We've also seen an academic research lab being announced to be built at the Technological University in, again, Argentina. So a lot of focus in Latin America in preparation for governance in Cardano. Let's go ahead and dive into the constitutional consultation period, which was just released not too long ago. And then I'll give you guys the official dates for when we can expect Chang to come online. So as it stands right now, we've got the interim constitution being available in Q2. That's the current quarter that we're in, but it is coming to a close relatively quick. Now, as a part of July through October, or Q3, we're expecting the full constitutional draft to be available. And then there's going to be an initial review period being done directly by the community. In addition, delegates will be selected by workshop participants. And then moving into November and December, we have the Constitutional Convention, again, taking place in Buenos Aires, with the constitutional draft being updated based on community feedback. Now, this is when we basically vote to either approve or deny the official constitution. And if there's any amendments, right, in the event that it is denied, those amendments will be submitted in the month of January. So now that we've got all of the fluff out of the way, let's talk about the actual dates. If you guys want to find out more about Chang, you can head over to the official documentation section. I'll leave the link to it down below. This is hosted on the Intersect MBO website. So taking a closer look here, we're currently in this section, right, which is the early portion of June. Again, there's been a lot of work already completed going towards the Chang upgrade, but we are expecting for the first upgrade, which again will just deploy all of the feature sets for governance, to happen anytime between the middle of July all the way through the early portion of August. Now, it states here that there is a target date of July 17th. So that will be the timeline to keep in mind moving forward. Now, the second portion, which will actually turn on all of the DREP and voting functionality, that will take place somewhere around the early portion of September or the end of August. So about a month to a month and a half, if we're able to abide by that July 17th date for the initial deployment of the Chang upgrade. So hopefully that gives you guys a better idea as to what we can expect. Of course, again, there's going to be a lot of work that has to be done by the community to, number one, understand everything that comes along with governance, but then number two, to actually begin thinking about who you want to use as a DREP if you're not applying as a DREP yourself. Now, again, I've released prior videos breaking down some of the roles that you can participate in when it comes to governance, and I'll quickly close out by just recapping what those actually are. So as it stands here, we've got the delegate representatives, or the DREPs, who directly cast votes on all governance actions, and DREPs basically represent any of the ADA holders that have delegated their stake or their ADA to them. We've also got the Constitutional Committee. Again, keep in mind there's going to be an interim committee, but then the community will have the ability to actually pick who they want to be added or removed from the CC for short. So it states here that voting by the Constitutional Committee is solely on the constitutionality of proposed actions. So their job is just to say, hey, this particular proposal is constitutional, or it abides by the Cardano Constitution, or it violates it. Therefore, it does not abide by the Cardano Constitution. Now, also states here that this particular role will be time-based, whereas the DREPs is not time-based, and therefore the role will be revoked when your term expires. Next, we've got the stake pool operators, or SPOs. Now, second to last, we've got delegating ADA holders. That's just your traditional ADA holder. And then we've got non-delegating ADA holders. And if you're not delegating to a DREP, right, then you're basically not using your voice in terms of governance. In terms of some of the actions, again, I've broken this down in prior videos. We have motions of no confidence. And this basically occurs anytime that the community feels that the Constitutional Committee isn't able to do their job properly. There's also an action to add or remove the, or I should just say change the Constitutional Committee. And then there's also the ability to also update the quorum percentage. So exactly how many votes are needed in order for something to pass or fail. We've also got direct updates to the Constitution, followed by Hardfork initiation actions. And then we've got protocol parameter changes, as well as direct treasury withdrawals. And then we've got informational actions just to keep a record of set actions on chain. Now, keep in mind that for all of these different actions, not everybody is able to vote. For example, when it comes to a motion of no confidence, because that's dealing with the Constitutional Committee, they're not able to vote on those things themselves. Only the DREPs and the SPOs can vote for that. Taking a look at the treasury withdrawal, the Constitutional Committee can vote, and so can the DREPs. However, SPOs don't get a say when it comes to that. So do keep that in mind. Depending on the role that you're participating as, you have the ability to vote on different or separate actions. That will do it here for today's video. Again, quickly touching on the official launch dates when it comes to the Chang Hardfork. Again, keep in mind, this will be slated, at least the first portion of the Chang upgrade, for July 17th. Within blockchain and crypto, things are extremely fluid. So if that target does change, definitely be open to that. It's not to say that we're hoping that it changes, but I know that in this space, especially with so much technology and so many hurdles, things can tend to drag on a little bit longer than expected. Now, following that, as we discussed or saw earlier, we are expecting for all of the features to be turned on early September or at the end of August, leading into the official constitutional agreement or the constitutional convention taking place in Buenos Aires, Argentina. That'll do it here for today's brief update talking about the Chang Hardfork, hopefully giving you guys a little bit of a better idea as to what you can expect. And again, check out the Intersect MBO. There's a lot of really good information there in order to prepare yourself for Cardano and governance. That will do it here for today's video. As always, if you guys do enjoy updates like these, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions, then leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.